adjust your sets. I have faded into the picture. Yes, we have arrived one more time, y'all. And we back at it. Welcome back to Eddie B TV, y'all. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video. And Stand Up Special Tuesday is back at us one more time. The week off kind of, cut it off in the middle, but hopefully you guys ain't twisted or mad about that because we're going to continue on right now and today. Yes, today and right now. I don't know, one of those two. Or both. But yeah, man, we're going to get into some more Roy Wood Jr. today for Stand Up Special Tuesday. Comedy special titled No One Loves You. Oh, please, somebody gotta love me, right? Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, we've covered the first two parts. This one's been pretty funny so far, He's talked about the national anthem, he's talked about racism, he's talked about I think he's talked about some other stuff. Yeah, it's been a while since I saw it, kind of faded away in my brain a little bit. But yeah, we're going to get into part 3 of this one today of No One Loves You. So yeah, man, we're going to get into it, man. And this special was once again brought to us by one of my very loyal subscribers. And let's go ahead and shout her out, Miss Emma Catherine Maia. Thank you so much again for uploading this one for our viewing pleasure. You are an amazing person, and I very much appreciate you. And by the way, you said you didn't notice my gut. Don't make me cry over here, man. I'm self-conscious and all that. But yeah, man, appreciate you one more time. So we gonna get into it, like I said. So Roy Wood Jr. with No One Loves You, part 3 of this stand-up comedy special. And if you like this reaction, please, boom, on the like button one time for me. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and leave a nice comment for me. You know what I'm saying? Constructive criticism, leave a request or a suggestion, or just tell me, like C-Dab, the CEO, tells me that when I fill out paperwork on the race section comes up, check the box marked LED. Oh man, he's got jokes for days, that fool. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and do this, man. No more waiting, let's do it. Roy Wood Jr. with No One Loves You, part 3 of this stand-up comedy special, right here on Eddie B TV, y'all. Let's get back to the laughs. Are we situated? I think so. And let's get into it. And here we go. Oh, that's the end.
You got that damn McRib.
Oh, McDonald's.
Some of y'all act like you're too good for the McRib.
I never liked the McRib.
The McRib, man. You know how arrogant you got to be as a company to just offer a sandwich and then just take it away? When you feel like it.
They comfortable.
You be in McDonald's scratching. You ain't got no more McRibs, baby? When they coming back, baby? When does it return?
Yeah, I know.
McDonald's might be boycott proof.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know, man. Because here's what McDonald's does. McDonald's does some smart shit that no other company does. Like, McDonald's has figured out a way to always address issues in the black community. They always in the hood. McDonald's got a Twitter account separate from regular McDonald's where all they do is talk to black people.
Really?
This is what McDonald's does. This is what McDonald's is slick as hell. McDonald's got a commercial where all they do is just recap everything they did for black people that year. No other company does that. No other company that I can think of has the Negro recap commercial. Every year, it comes on during black TV shows. So white people, I'm sure none of y'all seen it. But this is a real commercial. And I'm not talking about the black McDonald's commercial. I'm not talking about some motherfucker with a nugget talking about, yeah, put a little, give a nugget, eat a nugget. Not that.
Okay, not that, right?
This is a totally separate commercial. There's no music. They're not trying to sell you anything. There's no crazy camera angles and moves. It's just a kid flipping burgers, a little high school kid working the grill, and then you just hear a voice come on the commercial. Did you know McDonald's and the United Negro College Fund
That's real, though. That's
gave
real.
$40 million
40 million?
to send these kids to college? If it wasn't for McDonald's, people like Terrence here might still be robbing your ass. Ain't that right, Terrence?
Oh, man. Uh-oh. Damn right I'm gonna rob your
McDonald's. It's brilliant. It's brilliant marketing. So the next time a black person get knocked out at a McDonald's, they just gonna be like, hey, look, we send Terrence to college. McDonald's does so much with the black community, man. The boycott wouldn't be instant. There would be a conversation. They do the McDonald's All-American game every year. If you're not up on sports, the McDonald's All-American game, every year, McDonald's takes 24 of the best high school basketball players, puts them in the same gym in front of pro scouts, college scouts, foreign scouts, giving them an opportunity to take their talents, to feed their family, and change the trajectory of their whole fucking namesakes. Taco Bell ain't never done no shit like that for us.
Hey, don't talk about Taco Bell.
At this point,
now.
McDonald's could just show a commercial of black people doing anything and just put a voiceover to it, and they'd take credit for it, and black people would be like, that's all right, McDonald's. It could be anything. It could be a brother be two dudes just shooting dice in the alley. Just, did you know McDonald's gave this boy Terrence half a kilo to get back on his feet?
Man.
And he took that kilo and flipped it a couple of times, and now he's got the best dope in the city. Ain't that right, Terrence?
Ain't that right? Yeah, right. You dog.
McDonald's.
Stupid.
Arby's ain't never done that.
Oh, can't stand Arby's. Never did like them.
I like Arby's. McDonald's is delicious, but I like Arby's too, man. I like Arby's. I like the commercial because the commercial is just so straightforward. It ain't no jingle. We have the meats.
Oh, damn right.
That's it. No, nothing else. It's just Ving Rhames. Meat, that's what we have. We have the meats.
Ving Rhames, huh?
Could you imagine if that's how Arby's employees talk to me? I just my first time here. What do y'all specialize in? Meat. We have the meat.
I would say it just like
Ving
that.
Rhames
too.
in them Arby's commercials sound like a fed up black father. That's why you couldn't even if Arby's did do shit like that for black people, they couldn't have Ving Rhames doing the audio for the commercial. Did you know Arby's helped this little bastard get to college? And now he talking about he don't want to go to college no more. Look at the camera with your ungrateful ass. We have the meats.
Better get your ass to college. Oh.
McDonald's is delicious. Oh. McDonald's so good. McDonald's be the first restaurant black people would have to boycott one sandwich at a time.
Oh.
We wouldn't quit McDonald's cold turkey. You know, every other boycott, you just cancel the whole store. Old black lady get knocked out when them black leaders come on TV. It's been brought to our attention that McDonald's likes to punch old black people in the face. Well, until we get justice, we, the black people, will no longer be eating the McChicken, just the McChicken.
The McChicken, huh?
Until we get answers.
That's racist, bro. That's
McDonald's
racist.
is delicious.
Not the McChicken, y'all.
We don't do enough caring for each other, man. I think that's part of who we are. Because to me, like, we don't even want to learn what other people are going through. Like, that's the biggest rift, is that as a country, to accept somebody else's truth, you got to be open to learning their perspective on their walk through this country. And people are like, I don't want to fucking learn.
That's real.
We ain't got time.
That's real, though.
And we don't like learning. That's what it really boils down to in America. We don't like learning. You got to learn new stuff. That means you got to sit and read, especially if you ain't in school no more. You got to force yourself to learn what somebody else is going through. And we don't like learning.
You ain't lying.
We hate learning new stuff. We don't even like updating our cell phone. That's how much we hate learning new stuff. You got a damn $1,000 phone in your pocket right now. Every week, your phone send you a message and be like, hey, man, if you hit this button, I'll be a better phone. And what we do? Fuck that. Maybe later.
And it says that
Got time to be learning no new phone. Just be the phone you was when I bought your ass.
Yeah, please.
We hate learning. We don't like learning new stuff. Look at graduations. That's all a graduation is. A graduation is just the celebration of the end of learning. That's why we dance at the graduation. I ain't got to read shit else. Then you snatch the diploma. Give me the diploma. Hell yeah. Then you put the diploma on a wall on a frame so everybody can see it. That's all a diploma is. A diploma is just a sheet of paper showing the exact day you stopped giving a fuck about everything.
That's real.
And that's when people go back to that diploma. Well, that ain't how it was back in my day. See, I got a sheet of paper here on the wall that says I learned everything. We don't like learning. The only thing we hate worse than getting new information is having to relearn old information. Somebody told you something was one way, you bought into it your whole life, and then on a dime, the U-turn tell you what you knew was false, and we get, Remember when they told us Pluto wasn't a planet no more? People lost their damn mind. Hey, remember that planet that we thought was a planet? Yeah, it ain't a planet no more. Fuck you, motherfucker, it is a planet. You can go to hell, it is a planet. Pluto is a planet. I have a sheet of paper here on the wall that says I learned it was a planet.
Yep.
I'm like, no, it's not a planet. It's okay. We reject new information. That's why we are at this crossroads with LGBTQIA issues and trans issues, because people don't want to accept somebody else's truth. Just kick back and just listen to what other people are going through. Learn something, because...
Yep.
Like, it's hilarious to me that people don't even care about just basic, simple, like something as simple as just calling somebody a different name. You can't do that. You can't do that. You just can't call someone a different name. Somebody named Jack want to be called Jill. You can't do that. You can't even do that. Is that asking too much?
Not really, but I'll get to that.
Hey man, this person used to be called Jack, they want to be called Jill. Can you call them Jill? Well, I can't call them Jill. Can't be calling nobody no different name because they feel like a lady. I have a sheet of paper here on the wall that says I learned all the genders. 1, 2, that's it. Somebody named Jack want to be called Jill. You can't do that. Meanwhile, half your favorite entertainers been performing under a fake name. You ain't had no problems with that. I ain't finna call you Jill. Meanwhile, you think Ice Cube is his real name?
No, it isn't.
Really? Or maybe he just gave you a name he wanted to be called? Maybe? Just maybe.
Yeah. I feel him on that. That's real.
Hulk Hogan's real name is Terry.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Let that sink in while you refuse to call a trans person what they want to be called. This sweaty ass Hulkamania, Hulk's fucking Hollywood Hogan is a nigga from Tampa named Terry.
Tampa Terry.
But you can't call Jack Jill, but Hulk Hogan, you can. Come on, man. We just don't do enough caring about people, man. Only time you see Americans really come together is during storm coverage. That's it. That's, as far as I can tell, that's the only time you see people really putting issues aside and helping each other is when the flood water up to here.
Oh.
Ain't no politics when the flood water up to here. It's just people helping people. It's black people on the roof, white people in the boat pulling up. Get in, buddy, come on. Which, sidebar, black people, we gotta start buying boats. It's time. It's time. Okay? If you got people live close to the water, get them a basic ass, get off the roof boat.
Okay.
It ain't gotta be nothing expensive. Just this don't cost a lot. But that's how we are, man. We don't care about people until they messed up in a group. That's when we go, okay, we got to do something. There's a bunch of them. Now I care. We help all these people during storm relief, and it's a beautiful thing. Every time Americans get messed up in a storm, we step up, send money, send clothes, do whatever we can. But it's only 2 million homeless people coast to coast. We got a bunch of homeless people coast to coast in this country, but we don't do nothing for them because they ain't homeless in a group. Yeah, we don't care because they sprinkled all over the country, which is why if you homeless, if I was homeless, I would just start watching the Weather Channel.
Where's he going with it?
Just wait to see where the storm's swirling and just head straight there and just lay underneath some rubble and wait for him to dig me up, and I spring out. Hey, I lost everything too. Where's my assistance? I'm a veteran. I thought you cared about me.
I thought so too. It's crazy. Oh, that's the end of it, huh? Okay. Thank you. Okay, man, that is the end of part 3 of that one. Well. My man had some interesting stuff to talk about with that one, man, no doubt about it. Conflicted on some areas, but we'll get into it, man. All right, y'all, that was Roy Wood Jr. with No One Loves You, part 3 of this stand-up comedy special. Well, what to unpack first, I think he did start bringing up McDonald's a little bit towards the end of part 2, if I'm remembering that right. Man, I could be wrong, but yeah. But, I think talking about McDonald's, I said I worked at McDonald's, so I don't really support them like that no more. I eat other places, but if my woman is out and about and she's getting food and she say McDonald's, man, I'm like, hey, hopefully it's the breakfast time and I'll get me a McGriddle or a breakfast burrito and a hash brown, but I don't mess with their menu no more, man. Went through a lot of nonsense at McDonald's, but not gonna say anything specific. I don't want to get sued, but yeah, man. I think he is right though. It really is like a testament to how McDonald's has become as big time as they have over the years. They've always been the thing since I've been growing up. I used to eat at McDonald's all the time, but yeah, man, I think that, if every fast food chain, got behind a cause or a race, if that's how we want to get specific, that'd be a pretty nice thing to do. But I'm still kind of conflicted about that, is just because, I've always, I don't understand economics, so obviously somebody's going to have something to say about what I'm about to say here. But one thing that always used to bug me growing up, because I always had weird feelings about things that, nobody wanted to, talk to me about and explain to me. But one thing that always weirded me out was that how is it that a fast food company can endorse a professional athlete for millions and millions of dollars, but they pay the employees minimum wage? I never understood that. If you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, man, you better start hooking up them employees, man. One thing that I never ever respected or appreciated is how people down talk and completely just leave off to the side fast food workers. I've been a fast food worker at a few places in my life, and I'll tell you right now, man, it's a bullshit racket, man. You get to be openly treated like trash, every day by customers. And the only thing that someone will have to say is, well, you the one who work at this fast food joint. And I'm just like, ooh, boy, you just made me want to just beat your ass in the parking lot. That don't make a damn difference in the world, man. If you have a job, it's supposed to be able to pay you enough to live, at least as an individual. As a family, obviously it's going to be, a little bit, you're going to come up short a little bit on that. But, but get behind the cause, man. Hopefully it makes people's lives better. And I ain't got nothing against that per se, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But as far as the sandwiches go, the McRib, I never liked the McRib. I tried it one time and I didn't even make it through half. It just tasted bad to me. If you guys like it, man, like it. I'm not telling you not to like what you like. But I mean, one thing that did get taken off of a fast food menu that pissed me off though was at Taco Bell, believe it or not. The grilled stuffed burrito, oh my God. With steak in it, I can eat about, man, like 5-10 of those in a day, man, probably. Ugh, things are so damn good. But yeah, you know what? It's like McDonald's has got that kind of swag to where they could just, like you said, take it away without even saying, now, yeah, we done with the McRib now. Go on and with the normal menu. Be like, what, where? Shut up. You don't act like you ain't gonna eat here no more, sucker. And I'm like, okay, you right, all right. You right, man, but I just want that McRib. Shut up about the McRib. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, but that's funny what he's talking about with that one. You know, when he brought up the whole not wanting to learn anything anymore, I never wanted to learn anything growing up because of the schools I went to and the teachers I had. They were all just trash, man, with the exception of maybe a few. And there wasn't even like really paperwork type classes, you know. It was choir, it was gym and all that stuff, you know. But it's just, I actually worked up a lot of desire to want to learn a lot more just within the past 10 years, you know, because once I found out there was better ways to learn things, you know, other than being taught by incompetent teachers, but, you know, just finding out some people who knew some stuff and they actually took the time to actually want to school you on some stuff. Like, and me starting this channel was like a main thing to help me learn things too, you know, because I've always been skeptical and very nervous about other countries. And yet still, you know, doing this channel, you know, I react to some things from other countries and people are schooling me on what goes on there. And I like that, you know, because I never knew that before. I tried to have conversations with my grandparents a lot growing up, and I was too young to really understand anything, or really just like impatient, didn't want to really absorb anything really. But and that was from people that loved me and who I respected. So that just goes to show you how disconnected I was from learning. But there's a lot of things, man, that go on this day and age that I don't really know if it really can be learned. You know what I mean? Some things, you know, not everything. Some things we really do just need to get our heads out of our asses on it. But talking about being at odds with the trans community, the LGBTQ and all that stuff, I don't, like I'll say this, man, I don't have any problem with anybody being who they want to be, how they want to do it. That's never been my issue. I have gay friends, I've known trans people in my life, and I don't have a problem with anybody, ever. But sometimes with certain things, when you take things too far, you know, in a way, it kind of just like, it kind of, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but it kind of muffles your words a little bit when you're trying to like ask questions. Like when it comes to the gay community and the trans community now, if you don't agree 100% with them, that means you must hate them. And that I don't agree with, you know what I mean? I think that's wrong, you know, because some things are just kind of like, whoa. It's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around this because, like you said, you know, you were taught one thing one way, and then something changes, and then all of a sudden it's just like, well, I don't think that's right because I got a piece of paper here. I don't even have my piece of paper, y'all. My schooling went dead on me in 10th grade, y'all. Never recovered from it. But I will say this, man. Personally, this is just how I feel about it. And if anyone's gonna talk trash about me, it's gonna be on deaf ears because I'm not saying anything hateful. But what I will say is that, you know, talk to a scientist, you know what I mean? Talk to somebody who's an expert in the human body and all this kind of stuff, man, because just because I'm gonna say what I'm about to say doesn't mean I hate anybody. I really do believe in my heart, by everything that I've learned, and not with someone like, you know, trying to jam something into my head, so to speak. It's just like from here and here, it's my understanding that there is males and there's females, and then of course you have your different species of hermaphrodites, you know what I mean? And that's like, and that's not even a joke, that's just real. And all this stuff that's been coming up lately, it's like, it's lost on me, not because I hate people like that, it's just that, you know, I just don't get it. I'll call you by another name if you want to be called another name, but if I mess something up, you know, in public, because it's just not engraved in my head just yet, I'm gonna get and rolling eyes and all kinds of dirty looks and like people snickering about me because I don't got it completely right, you know? And another thing about that, I think Dave Chappelle said it to a point, and this is like, I wholeheartedly agree with this. If black people, Mexican people, you know, if they can't act like gay, lesbian, and trans people act to get their acceptance, oof, man, I don't really see your cause getting accepted anytime soon by a wide range of people, you know? I think it's kind of wrong to a point. And I don't mean wrong as in anyone's doing anything wrong, really, but it's just like, I think it's kind of like a wrong that, you know, one specific group of people are allowed to just, you know, infiltrate the acceptance loopholes and all that stuff, while other people are still waiting for, like, you know, decades and centuries later, still looking for their acceptance. I think that's very bad. And I think that we, if we're not going to accept everybody at the same time, like we should in the first place, we at least need to prioritize our acceptance, you know? And I know that's going to be like offensive to some people, but you know what, man? I think that it's a shitty time in history to live, where if no one's just going to accept everything right when you want, right when you say, then all of a sudden they must be hateful people and they deserve to be crucified and canceled and all that. I think that's wrong, you know? I do think everybody should be accepted for who and what they are, but you know what? It's a process, y'all. And if y'all ain't going to accept the process, and you know, that I think that the lack of acceptance is not really just on everyone else now, is it? But yeah, that's just one man's interpretation of it all. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse me. But the last thing he was talking about. But yeah, like you said, I was gonna say, call anybody what they want to be called, you know. But if they mess up, trans people, gay people, lesbian people, whatever, chill out, okay? Don't always take everything as hatred, all right? Because you know something, man? I'm pretty sure that you have some feelings about other people too, but maybe you're just smart enough not to express them openly, maybe. But you know, you're not exempt, you know, from that collection of feelings right there. But overall, I just think that we really need to start understanding that we've learned things, you know, because of how we were as kids. You know, when you get to kids, what you tell them is going to be, you know, engraved in their heads to a point, you know? Me, I was always very skeptical. I was always very standoffish about things. I never believed anything that was told to me. And that's why I've always been able to be open to accepting a lot of different things. But just because I'm willing to accept those things doesn't mean I still don't have some questions, y'all, okay? Everyone's got some questions. Just answer the questions. Don't get so offended all the time, because you're falling into that category of wimpy, stupid people who don't really know how to understand that you're asking for acceptance, but you're not willing to exercise that same acceptance, you know? Sounds a little hypocritical to some gay, lesbian, and trans people, you know, but hopefully everybody gets it right, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. Thank you one more time to Miss Emma Catherine Maia for uploading this special for our viewing pleasure. Like I said, you've been rocking with me the whole time, and I appreciate you so much, man. You have no idea, and I thank you one more time for that. And this special has been pretty good, you know. It hasn't been really like laugh out loud funny, like I'm just grabbing my stomach, but you know, the guy's funny, and he's bringing up good points, and he's in front of a crowd, hopefully of people that are willing to, like, you know, step outside of themselves a little bit and not only get their laugh on, but learn something a little bit. I don't think that it's off the beaten path that we all need to keep learning, you know, because I'm 37 years old and I'm learning things new right now. So, hey, does that make me, you know, some weird individual? I don't think so. But yeah, one more time, Miss Emma Catherine Maia, thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. One more time. Roy Wood Jr. with No One Loves You, part 3 of this stand-up comedy special. And if you like that reaction, please boom on the like button one more time for me. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, leave a nice comment for me. You know what I'm saying? Constructive critiques, leave a request, and yeah, man, you know, throw a little zinger at me, throw a little something at your boy. You know, let's all keep having fun doing our thing here. So yeah, man, this is gonna be ADB TV signing off one more again here. Part 3 in the books of this stand-up comedy special. Roy Wood Jr., very funny dude, you know. Before this, I had only seen him in a few scattered things, you know, because my interests kind of go off in many different directions, you know, so I don't really latch on to one person or one act anymore like I used to, you know. Like George Carlin is obviously my favorite comedian of all time, and Denzel is my favorite actor, and Michael Jackson is my favorite musician. It's just like a lot of different things that I used to be one-dimensional on, but now I'm just like branching out because I don't think there's any like real, true, unique things going on these days. We have our few exceptions, obviously, but you know what? Hey, man, I'm just trying to get into as much stuff as I can and put as much info into this brain as I can before my time is up in this world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. One more time to this one, man. We got one more part to go with this one, and I'll be finishing that off next Tuesday, and we'll be moving on to the next comedy special. I don't know what it is just yet, but I have a few in mind, and hopefully we'll have fun getting to that one as well. So yes, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, one more time, and until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.